Yes, sir. We got Ickey Woods here, a Bengals legend. I'm telling you, every Cincinnati Bengal fan knows Ickey Woods. And it all started, the legend of Ickey Woods started Super Bowl XXIII season. You led the team over 1,000 yards rushing. You're rookie of the year.
Yeah.
You're getting it done. But the big thing was the Icky Shuffle.
Yeah.
Take us through the evolution, first the creation, and then the evolution of the Icky Shuffle, my man.
Oh man, it was crazy, Dave. It was actually I had flew my mom in for a game against the Cleveland Browns, and me and my two oldest kids at the time were 5 and 2, and I was up playing music, and I just started acting silly, man, and started acting crazy. And I said, Mom, if I score tomorrow, this is what I'm gonna do. She's like, boy, you better not do that. You better not do that. I said, I got to, Mom. So when I did score, I just hopped up in the air and put my hands in between my legs like this. And when we came in after the game, Ricky Dixon, who was our first round draft choice that year, and I was second, we went to a few All-Star games together, so I got to know him. He came up to me and said, Woods, what was that? I said, man, that was my celebration dance. He was like, man, that was whack, man. That was whack. I was like, what you mean whack, Rick? He said, man, it was whack, Ick. I said, so what you think I ought to do, Rick? You think I ought to put some steps to it? He was like, yeah. So the whole next week, we're getting ready to play the New York Jets. Whole next week, I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Couldn't come up with nothing, Lapham. Then 5 minutes before it was time to go out and get warmed up, it just hit me. And I said, Rick, check this out. This is what I'm going to do today if I score. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hop back 3 times and spike the ball. He was like, yeah, Ick, man, that's going to be live. That's going to be live. But I tell everybody, Lap, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. We were winning ball games, and, we made it to the Super Bowl that year. It was only by the grace of God that I was blessed enough to come up with something that's still paying me today.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. So, Ick, I think I'm going to start calling you the godfather of touchdown celebrations because you might have been the first one to actually do touchdown celebrations and do it in a big way. So I got to ask you, what do you think of some of the touchdown celebrations nowadays, right? Now you got guys doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk. You got guys doing Jamar Chase hitting the gritty, Tyler Boyle with the big levels, Chad Ochocinco, running
Chad
to
had a few things, Chad had a few,
proposing
like
to people
Chad,
on the field.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite celebration that you've seen in the National Football League over the years?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I have a favorite. I just like to see them have fun, man, and that's what it's all about, and I'm glad the NFL loosened up. They used to be the no fun league, and now they're, letting these guys have fun because they're nothing but big kids out there playing around, Lap, and they like to have fun, and you like to get your fans involved. And that was the main thing for me because I only did it at home in the jungle, and it was for our fans, to get our fans riled up because, the year that we went to the Super Bowl, Lap, we didn't lose a game at home. So, we would that was our jungle, and, and that's when we did that. And then when everybody see me do that, one thing had to happen for me to do that, Lap. I had to score a touchdown.
15 of those bad boys. 15, man.
So, so we got to do it quite a few, Lap, and I think that's why it took off and it caught a life of its own, and we had a blast.
Offensively, dynamic. I mean, the weapons. Boomer Esiason, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Ickey Woods and James Brooks running
right.
back. Rodney Holman, the tight end. Offensive line led by the Mexican connection, Munoz and Montoya. Wide receivers, Eddie Brown, Tim McGee, Chris Collinsworth.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I mean, that offense
Mike Martin too. Yeah.
That offense was potent. I mean,
yeah.
was that as good an offense as there's been in the NFL?
It was. We were a good offense, and we had a lot of fun, and everybody wants to say Buffalo started the no-huddle offense, but the no-huddle offense started right here in Cincinnati, man, with that '88 team with Boomer at the helm.
And what was the reason that you guys had to go no-huddle like that? It was against Levy and Buffalo, right?
It was. We make it to the AFC Championship game, and then Sam comes in at pregame meal and tell us that the ref said we can't use our no-huddle offense for the game. And Marv Levy cried about it like a baby. He boo. And then
wouldn't let him substitute.
Right, wouldn't let
right.
the defensive guys get in, and so, but the NFL is like a copy league. You look at Buffalo; they went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row using the no huddle offense, man.
Yeah.
And it was if you can't beat them, join them type thing.
No
so
no doubt.
So it was a very innovative offense. I'm glad we were the first ones to come up with it, and it just kind of took off from there, Lap.
Now, you traveled to a lot of Bengals games. I personally saw you at a couple. Even saw you at the last time we went against the Kansas City Chiefs. I got to ask you.
Got robbed.
Yeah, I hear you.
But okay.
That sums it up, man, right there.
Now, you watch this team. You're the biggest Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
bigger than anyone out there. I got to ask you, how good do you think this Bengals football team can be?
I think they could be great, man. And like I said, it's next couple of years is the window we got to win the Super Bowl, and they went out and done a great thing with these first 2 picks. Is got us some defense, because the only way you win championships is with a good defense. And they went out and got the big edge rusher, which we much needed, because last year we were good defense, but we couldn't get to the quarterback last year. So. And it showed tremendously in that AFC Championship game. Yes. Even though there was a lot of holding going on, but we still couldn't get to the quarterback. So, and with that first pick and the second round pick, we got some pass rusher on the front end and some speed on the back end.
No question.
So yeah.
So, you're beloved in the community, and rightfully so. And you, as a dad, I've got kids. I can't imagine what you went through when you lost your son.
Yeah. Yeah.
But losing your son has led to what you're doing with the foundation, the good that's come out of that. Talk about what you're doing with your foundation in the memory of your son, and how the community of Cincinnati and the tri-state area has responded for you.
Oh, man, it's been great, Dave. We started the foundation 12 years ago. He passed 12 years ago.
Amazing.
We were doing some great things. Then the pandemic hit, kind of messed everybody up.
Right.
But we're on the upswing of that now. We're coming back, and we're out there raising money again, and we're out there in the community. Not only was my son a great ball player, but when he passed, unbeknownst to me and his mom, he signed that he wanted to be an organ donor.
Really?
And we honored that, and he was able to save 4 lives. So I do a lot of work with organ donation as well. That's man. Awesome. And so we're just trying to give back, Dave, and my number one goal for my son's foundation is to be the face of asthma.
Now he was a heck of a student too, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He was a straight A student.
Unreal.
We also give away scholarships called the 3.8 to be great scholarship awesome. in his name as well.
That's awesome.
So we're doing some great things, man. And our main goal, Dave, is to just save a life. If we can save one, it makes it all worthwhile. If we can educate people on how serious and severe asthma really is, it could help save a life.
Now, Ick, I gotta ask you, man. What would you say was the biggest lesson you learned during your playing career that some of these guys coming in that are as rookies might not know?
Your body is your corporation, and you got to take care of that. You got to take care of your corporation. You got to make sure that for one, you listen, because you don't know it all. You may think you do. Right. But you don't know it all. Is somebody who's been in your steps that are trying to help you, avoid those obstacles that they hit. So one is listen, and one is always have your head on the swivel.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Got to keep your head on the swivel.
No question. The other piece of adversity, the injury.
Yeah.
I mean, that was crushing. I know myself as a former player and a fan working the broadcast team with the Bengals, I was like, are you kidding me? This guy, Icky, I mean, there's no telling the kind of numbers you were going to put up.
Oh, yeah.
And just to have that kind of a devastating injury, to face that adversity, stare it down, and respond like you responded, how big of a gut check was that, man?
It was a big gut check, man, because when you're a young kid and, Dave, you get drafted, you have a great year, you think you're going to play forever, man, but you really don't know that you're just one play away from not playing again.
Right.
And then you got to get out, and real life hits you in the face. And you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, when these, at least when I came into the business, we wasn't making money that the guys are making now. So it wasn't like that we were instant multimillionaires when we signed on the dotted line. We had to work for ours, and we didn't make that much. But even when you making a little bit, you're spending a little bit too. So when that just cuts off and you're not getting it anymore, the bills don't stop coming in. But so you got to get out and find something that you're good at. And I found I was good at sales. I had the gift of gab to talk to people. I was always been a people person, so that worked out for me. And you know, I sold meat door to door. I did whatever it took to put food on the table for my kids and clothes on their back. And Dave, at that time, I didn't care what nobody thought about me. You know, I had to feel man enough that I did for my family, and I could care what anybody else thought about me, because the one thing that I know is everybody has an opinion, and it's that old saying, and everybody has a butthole and they stink. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I could care what less about somebody's opinion about me. I knew as long as I did right by my kids and my family, I was good.
You're a great man, Ickey Woods.
Thank you, brother. I
No
appreciate
question about
that. Yes, sir.
Certainly, Icky, we definitely appreciate you coming on to the.
Hey,
Bug,
man,
you know,
thank you for having me. I sure appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. We'll be right back with another interview live on the First Star Logistics annual Bengals draft party.
Dave Lapham at First Star Logistics bringing you another team to watch.
Is that Dave Lapham?
These group of brokers really know how to win. Just look at the stats they're putting up. Highest commissions in the industry, amazing perks for their employees. And I've never seen anything like their training program. No wonder their growth has been so explosive. If you're hungry and driven, this is the team to join, Peter.
Dave, who are you talking to?
First Star Logistics, opportunity knocking.